Hello everyone, welcome to another talk session with ChatGPT. My today's topic is how to set boundaries in relationships. My today's topic is how to set boundaries in relationships and stay true to yourself. Hello ChatGPT. My first question for you is what are personal boundaries in simple words?
Hey, Umar, absolutely. Personal boundaries are basically the limits we set for ourselves in relationships to protect our well being. They help us define what is acceptable and what isn't, whether that's emotional, physical, or even digital. Essentially, they help maintain healthy and respectful interactions.
Why are boundaries important in relationships?
Boundaries are super important because they help create a sense of safety and respect. They allow people to communicate openly and honestly, prevent misunderstandings, and reduce resentment. They also help maintain a healthy balance between closeness and independence, which is crucial for long term relationship health.
Why are boundaries important in relationships?
Boundaries are important because they help ensure that both individuals feel respected and understood. They prevent one person from feeling overwhelmed or taken advantage of and help maintain a healthy balance of closeness and autonomy. Ultimately, they foster trust, reduce conflicts, and contribute to more fulfilling and sustainable relationships.
How can someone identify their own boundaries?
Identifying your own boundaries often starts with self reflection. You can pay attention to situations where you feel discomfort, stress, or resentment, as those are often signs that a boundary is being crossed. It also helps to reflect on your values, your needs, and what makes you feel comfortable or uncomfortable. Over time, you can also communicate and test these boundaries in different situations to see how they hold up.
How do boundaries improve self respect?
Boundaries improve self respect by allowing you to honor your own needs and values. When you set and maintain boundaries, you're essentially telling yourself that your well being matters and you deserve respect. This helps build confidence and reinforces your sense of self worth. Over time, this leads to healthier relationships and a stronger sense of inner peace.
What are signs of weak boundaries?
Signs of weak boundaries can include feeling overwhelmed or resentful often, difficulty saying no, or feeling guilty when you do set limits. You might also notice that others frequently take advantage of you or that you feel drained after interactions. Another sign is a lack of clarity in what you need or want and consistently prioritizing others at the expense of yourself.
How can someone start setting boundaries without conflict?
A good way to start is by being clear and assertive, but also respectful. Communicate your boundaries calmly and confidently, focusing on your own needs rather than criticizing the other person. It also helps to start small, practice with less challenging situations, and gradually build up to more significant boundaries. And of course, being open to dialogue and willing to compromise where needed can help prevent conflict.
Why do some people feel guilty setting boundaries?
A lot of people feel guilty about setting boundaries because they worry about disappointing others or causing conflict. Sometimes it can stem from a desire to be liked or a fear of rejection. There can also be cultural or familial expectations that make it challenging to prioritize oneself. Over time, though, as people practice setting healthy boundaries and see positive outcomes, that guilt tends to lessen.
How can boundaries reduce stress in relationships?
Boundaries help reduce stress by clearly defining what is acceptable and what isn't, which minimizes misunderstandings and prevents resentment from building up. When both parties know and respect each other's limits, it creates a more harmonious dynamic. This leads to fewer conflicts, less emotional fatigue, and a greater sense of security. Overall, it helps both individuals feel more comfortable and at ease.
How can boundaries how do boundaries help with friendships?
Boundaries in friendships help ensure that both people feel valued and respected. They help prevent misunderstandings and reduce the risk of one person feeling overwhelmed or taken for granted. Boundaries also allow for healthy independence so that each person can maintain their own identity and well-being. Ultimately, this leads to more genuine, supportive, and balanced friendships.
Can boundaries improve work-life balance?
Absolutely. Boundaries are key to maintaining a healthy work life balance. They help you set clear limits on work hours, reduce burnout by preventing overworking, and ensure that you have dedicated time for personal life and self care. By communicating these boundaries with colleagues and supervisors, you create a more sustainable work environment. This leads to improved productivity, better mental health, and a more fulfilling personal life.
How can someone enforce boundaries consistently?
Enforcing boundaries consistently often comes down to clear communication and practicing assertiveness. It helps to be direct and consistent whenever a boundary is crossed and to follow through with consequences if needed. It also helps to reinforce those boundaries regularly and remain calm and firm. Building a support system, seeking feedback, and being willing to adjust when necessary can also help maintain those boundaries over time.
How to deal with people who test boundaries?
Dealing with people who test boundaries requires a mix of firmness and empathy. It's important to calmly and clearly reiterate your boundaries each time they're tested. Consistency is key, so follow through with any consequences you set. At the same time, try to understand their perspective and communicate openly to find common ground. If needed, seek support from others or even consider professional guidance. Ultimately, maintaining your boundaries with kindness and consistency helps reinforce their importance.
How can parents set healthy boundaries with children?
Parents can set healthy boundaries with children by being consistent, clear, and age appropriate. It helps to communicate expectations calmly and explain the reasons behind the boundaries so kids understand them. It's also important to model the behavior you want to see, showing respect for their boundaries as well. Offering choices within limits can help them feel empowered while still respecting the boundaries. And of course, being patient and flexible as they grow helps maintain trust and understanding.
How do boundaries prevent burnout?
Boundaries help prevent burnout by ensuring that you don't overextend yourself. They allow you to set limits on your time and energy, helping you to prioritize self care and avoid taking on too much. Like clearly defining what you can and cannot do, you create a sustainable workload and protect your mental and physical health. This balance reduces stress and helps maintain your overall well being in the long run.
How can someone deal with emotional manipulation?
Dealing with emotional manipulation often starts with recognizing the signs like guilt tripping, gaslighting, or guilt based persuasion. Once you identify it, it's important to set clear and firm boundaries and communicate openly about how you feel. It also helps to stay grounded in your own reality and trust your instincts. Seeking support from trusted friends, family, or professionals can also be really beneficial. And of course, practice self care and need a consistent in upholding your boundaries.
How can boundaries improve self-confidence?
Boundaries boost self confidence by reinforcing your sense of self worth and autonomy. When you set and maintain boundaries, you're essentially showing yourself that your needs and feelings matter. This practice helps build trust in yourself and your judgment, making you more confident in your decisions. Over time, this also leads to healthier relationships and a stronger sense of empowerment and resilience.
How does respecting others' boundaries matter?
Respecting others' boundaries is crucial because It fosters trust, mutual respect, and healthy relationships. When you honor someone's boundaries, you show that you value their needs and feelings, which strengthens the connection and reduces conflict. It also creates a safe and supportive environment, allowing everyone to feel comfortable and understood. Ultimately, this mutual respect leads to more fulfilling and long lasting relationships.
Thank you. Thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing insights on setting boundaries and staying authentic. And thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next session.